out.
So when my dad got out of the service, he came home and he was coming to his sister's house in Redlands, Peggy Covington.
Right. Wow.
And he went to the wrong house. I guess they had been having a good time coming out from LA celebrating, you know. Came to the wrong house, and it was my mom and I. And at that time, that's where they first met. And she had kind of transportation, and his transportation wasn't very good. So she was hauling his folks and him. They were all living in...
So his name was?
Alex Law.
That was Alex Law.
Uh-huh.
So Enoch Parish comes from Salt Lake City.
Uh-huh.
And then your dad comes up here, or your granddad, right? Would that be your granddad?
Yeah, granddad. Well, my dad came with his sister out to visit Uncle Frank Parish at the time. And he fell in love with it out here, and he told his folks they had to come out, and Frank says, I have work for him. So
and he took care of the trees and lived in one of the greenhouses.
And then they leased the they stayed in the greenhouse.
This one here, on Parish Ranch.
For just the season.
Right, and then they moved out to the
red house up there.
In the back of the restaurant, Law's Coffeeshop.
Yeah, they leased it from a guy by the name of Heyman.
Heyman. What time is that? 1930 something?
31.
1931.
Yeah.
So the World War II is done at that point, right?
No, that was before World War II.
That's before World War II?
And my dad...
They were out here before World War II?
Yeah, 1931.
Oh.
Anyway, then he kind of grew up, graduated from Redlands High School, worked the orchards along with his own. He worked at Los Rios.
That's Alex Law?
Alex Law.
The famous Alex Law?
Yeah. And then he went off to World War II.
Alex Law went to World War II?
He was in the 101st Airborne Paratroopers in World War II. Came back from World War II, and he met Teresa Colby, which was my mother, and my dad had been killed in '44 in France.
In World War
II.
Yeah. Your biological.
Yeah, my biological. And they met, and...
So Teresa is your mom?
Yeah, Teresa's my mom.
And Alex is your stepdad?
Stepdad.
Yeah, oh wow, that's cool.
And then they were married, and they got to know each other.
What was Teresa? She was up here?
She was in Redlands.
Oh, she moved here to Covington.
And his sister was in Redlands, and his folks were staying during the summer and stuff up there.
Yeah.
And anyway, she was helping them drive back and forth, and they got together and were married in 1946.
I wasn't even born.
And Mr. Heyman came to them and said, would you like to buy this ranch from me? Now, he said, my dad says, it was more money, but my mom had some money and he had some money, and they bought the ranch for like 5,000 something.
How many acres?
130 some acres.
Oh my God. But that 5,000 in those days was,
it was a lot.
That was money.
My dad said it was easy worth 12,000.
So what do you think that would be today?
I don't know. They've sold off so much of it over the years. So anyway, and then it kind of went on from there. So.
Wow, I can't believe that your granddad lived in one of them greenhouses out here. Those houses those were there, the little green things. So.
Just for the probably 6 months or so, something like that.
God, driving through this ranch is a lot of history.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you came back to talk to me about it. This is
that's from Esther Covington Parish.
Covington, yeah. We got our water for cooking from a spring east of the house. We dipped it out of the well with a bucket and carried it to the house.
Yeah.
Wow. 1959. I was born in 58.
58.
Yeah, in 58 when I was 10 years old.
This is in 1878.
1878. Oh my God.
She was born in
10 years old.
Yeah. So you know how old she was when she dictated this.
Yeah. Oh, that's so. She died at 90 something.
Yeah.
Wow. And what is this now?
This wasn't historical, this is just kind of a history of the family and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is Frank.
that's Frank.
This picture here is Frank
And
Parrish.
there's just no pictures. And this was the property taxes
Mm-hmm. Let me see this.
way back in
A horse was $25.
this is the property taxes on 1864.
A young horse would be $15.
Yeah. I thought you'd get came out of
That is cool. And this is Enoch Parrish's. This is some kind of an accounting, right? The chickens were 25 cents. 20 chickens for 25 cents. Is that what it's? No. That's what it says, right? No?
20 chickens at 25 cents.
Oh my God.
See now, ranch actually started in 1867, but this is 1864, so they settled earlier than that.
But I don't want to mix these pages up.
Yeah.
So,
This is all the apple growers.
there's Joe.
Yeah, there's Joe. That's my dad, Alex.
That's Alex.
That's Pat McFarland.
That's Pat? Isn't he still around?
No, he passed away
passed
a
away.
long time ago. This is Frank. This is Paul Whittier.
That's Paul Whittier.
And this is Lavoy Stater. And
Oh my
Joe and
God.
Lavoy owned this
Parish.
parish. This is Dennis Hansberger.
But he's big in Riverside right now, I think, right? He's a big land guy.
Yeah, he was county supervisor
County
a
supervisor,
couple
yeah.
times and whatnot. This is Blackie Wilshire,
Oh, that's Blackie.
and this is Fred Ford.
That's Fred Ford.
Yeah.
I mean, I've read about him, you know.
Fred still lives in Redlands. I keep in touch with him.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
So out of all these guys, he's around.
Well, let me see.
The boy's gone. These guys are gone, right?
Yeah.
Your dad's
He's
gone.
Dad's gone.
Yeah, so it's only these guys are around. Actually.
Those are the only two left. Yeah. I thought you'd kind of enjoy
that's
those.
a nice picture. I love that. Hey, let's keep this one in order.
Yeah.
Right? It's in an order, I think,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna retype all of this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put this here. Oh, so glad you brought this.
And then there's some other stuff. So I knew you'd want a little background history, and as I get more stuff, because I'll get some stuff on Ted Silverwood and whatnot like
Yeah.
that.
My dad lived out there, at Silverwood Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I know that area.
So anyway, when I find some information on him, I'll slowly add to your folder.
You know, I know some of this, but I'll tell you, when you read it in some of these books, they're not too accurate. You know what I mean? And let me say, somebody like you, Kent, is like, when you're gone, it's books is all people are gonna have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I'm hearing it from you. You know what I mean? It's not reading it. I've read this before. I've seen that picture before.
Yeah.
I've seen that one before.
Yeah.
But I might do a drawing and dub in the history of Parish Ranch.
Yeah.
You have any more nice pictures?
Oh.
I know most of the pictures don't have trees.
Yeah. I'll see if I can get some more good pictures for you. So they're black and whites, but we'll see what we can do.
But Alex Law, you know, I never met him. I was here when he was still alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he does look like an aggressive dude.
Oh, he was. He was probably the best stepdad you could ever have.
Oh my God.
It was really good.
And this guy is,
That's Pat McFarland.
that's Pat. But
Kind
he's
of an
gone.
Irishman, you know.
So who's over there now?
That's his son, Mike.
Mike's
Actually,
over
it's his
there.
stepson.
You know, I painted that.
He's adopted. Yeah.
Oh, I painted the little red building down below with Jack Marachek's dog in the painting.
Oh yeah.
Old Blue.
Old Blue. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, he died, I think. Old Blue died. He's got a new dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, oh my God, McFarland. Wow. I think Aldi, I'm not sure, but I think Aldi and Tom bought his
His
old Willie.
Yeah. In fact, I took it for a drive one day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Alan
Yeah.
says, I rode in that Jeep
But it was,
clear back in 1953 or 54 when it was almost brand new. I
Oh.
rode in that Jeep. And I told Allie about that, so she brought it up. She says, you need to take this for a drive, Kent. So
oh, she brought it up to your
Yeah,
restaurant,
yeah,
and then you took it for a run?
Yeah.
Oh, and Tom redid the whole,
Yeah.
he rebuilt the whole thing. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this guy, so the Stater brothers started out here, huh?
Lavoy and Joe bought the place.
There's
And they-
Joe.
Yeah.
You should see the paintings I'm doing now of the garden.
Oh.
I'm painting the garden
Oh,
across
it's
the
beautiful.
street.
It's beautiful.
Wow, look at how everything has its time, huh?
Yeah.
So his time was going, you know, this is Frank Parrish.
Yeah.
His time was going.
Yeah, I remember
These
when-
guys were still young. You could tell, you know, these are the young. And this guy's going away, you know. He's the oldest, I think, looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Oh, he is. Well, he ended up committing suicide right
Yeah.
on the back.
And,
And they called my dad because he was the closest relative at the time.
How did he do it? He shot himself?
Shot himself, yeah.
Because he had pain in that leg?
Yeah, he had lots of pain. He had, his wife had passed away. He had lots of arthritis and pain, and he just said it just wasn't worth it anymore, and I guess.
That's when...
He was nice. I remember I had a calf loose once, and I came out looking all over, and finally I came by. He was sitting there, and he says, "Frank, have you seen a calf loose?" "Yeah, he's back in the corral there." I says, "Oh my gosh." Anyway, he says, "Come on, sit down." And we just sat on the stoop.
patio?
We sat on the back porch stoop by the kitchen there and just chatted for about an hour, and it was just one of those memorable times in my life, you know. I was probably a teenager at the time, but
So it was
just
knowledge. He was
just a
expounding knowledge.
neat guy. And looking back, I wished I'd have gathered more of it, you know. When you're a teenager,
Yeah.
you don't think, but
Yeah.
he was a neat guy to talk to, just real
When you
quiet,
say the
easy going.
stoop, you mean as you go up the hill
And-
by where the old t-shirt shop used to be?
Yeah, I guess that's it. You go up the hill, and there's this deal that comes out at the side right there at the top, you know.
Yes. Wow, Kent. Wow. Well, so I heard a rumor that they cut one of his legs out and they buried it on the ranch.
I don't know. I know.
And then he had pain in the second leg and he just couldn't take it no more.
Well, I know what his father had lost a leg in an accident.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
That's what
Enoch
it is.
Parish, and they
Yeah.
buried it on the ranch.
Yeah.
So it's Enoch Parish, not Frank.
Not Frank.
So Frank killed himself there.
Yeah, he just had, I think he had arthritis. Really.
When he killed himself there, Kent, you were around at that time, right? When he killed himself there, what happened to the house here? Was there family there? Did he have kids living there? And was there anybody?
No.
It was just him.
He was just all by himself, older. Basically what happened, what was really sad about the whole thing, he sold the property here to Ted Silverwood. And Silverwood was running it, and he had life tenancy as long as he wanted while Silverwood ran the ranch. But there was some kind of a stipulation that if something happened to Ted and things weren't quite paid off or anything, that it'd revert back to Frank. Well, Ted Silverwood I think he had a massive heart attack. He was a big, robust type of guy. And he passed away before. And Frank ended up giving it to, making sure it went to Ted's wife. And she had it.
He signed the property over to Ted's wife.
Yeah, for certain. And he continued living here, and then
I get emails.
And then Ted Silverwood's wife sold it to Lavoy and
Joe?
And right in there, I'm not kind of sketchy because I was living down. It was after, it's in the middle 60s in there, because I was living in Calamasa at the time. I worked here Saturday and Sundays at the restaurant. But
Wow.
I didn't get a full take of everything because
A little removed at that point.
a little removed, yeah. So, but then they took over, and then I got to know both of them, Lavoy and Joel. They used to come up to the restaurant all the time.
That must be
Saturday
something.
mornings, and
That must be something. You knew an original Stater brothers.
the two of them would sit at the counter and talk about times when they had little diners in their little markets in the beginning, and they'd come in, the cook wouldn't show up, and the waitress, and Joe was talking about, yeah, I'd wait tables and Leroy would be back there cooking, waiting on customers until we got employees to show up to take over for us. Can you imagine that? So.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna ask you something, you know.
I always really liked Joe. I really liked him. He was just a really nice guy.
You must have gotten a lot of conversations with him.
Yeah, and you know,
how old would he have been to him?
What's that?
Joe. How old would Joe have been, you think?
Not that old, you know.
50s.
Well,
he's a middle-aged man at that time, you think?
This is, I don't know what year this was. This was probably in the middle 60s, 66.
Was he as big a businessman then? He was pretty big?
Pretty big, and then Staters and Leroy kind of broke apart. Joe, or Leroy got out of it. They wanted to semi-retire and stuff like that. Leroy got out of this, and Joe took over. So.
One of Leroy's son came in here.
Oh, really?
And he's the guy who brought me the photographs.
Oh, okay.
He brought me some framed pictures that I was going to give Betty to put up. I don't know if she has duplicates. I think Jen told you about it when we were up at the restaurant.
Yeah.
But yeah, he walked in here. That was a great conversation too.
Oh, I bet.
He just retired also. And I think he lives in Redlands. Yeah, I think he lives in Redlands. You're like a dying break and Colby. Oh my God. You know, when you're gone, all there is going to be is a book. And you know, books lie. You know what I mean? Books lie. To talk to somebody, like you say, when you could talk to Old Man Parish up on the hill, that conversation is extreme. Like this one right now. That conversation is extreme. I know. But yeah, you know, oh, that's a question I want to ask you. So what do you know about the olive market in Redlands?
I don't know a lot.
Was that the first Staters?
I don't know if it is. I think that one of the first Staters was actually, it might have been, but the first one I know was in Kaipa on California Street.
So that was, I know the one that Betty talked about it too out here. That was the first one.
Yeah.
So that was a butcher shop maybe, the olive market, because I think I heard a rumor.
Yeah.
It belonged to Staters, but it might have been the butcher shop.
I didn't know anything about it, just the one in Kaipa. So.
And Redlands was a big place at that time, Ken?
Yeah.
Redlands was...
Yeah, Redlands was...
a city.
Yeah, it was quite the retirement community, you know. I mean, not retirement, but all the people back east came out, and it was the Oranges, and it was well known, so I'll get some neat old articles about, like, other people that lived up here too, that kind of surrounded this area too, and everything fruit east. So it was pretty well known for other fruit.
Who's left anymore? I mean, there's Betty, there's you, your mom, well, it's Allison now.
Allison, yeah.
Because your brother has passed.
Yeah.
So it's you, Allison, and then from there...
Robbie. But actually, like Robbie and Sandy, they were born in the 50s. You know, Allison was born in 48. So.
Who's older, you or Allison?
Oh, I am.
You're older. You're the eldest.
I was born in 43. Allison, I'll be 72 next month. So.
Oh my God, you look good for 72. Thank God. Stick around. Stick around. So. Yeah. Oh my God. But who else is on that end? I know it comes up to laws, and then past laws. I mean, Riley's is pretty new.
Yeah,
right?
They just moved to the community in '78.
Yeah. So besides, it stops at you guys.
Yeah.
And then going back down the hill there is nobody. Joanne was there, but she's gone, right?
Yep.
Joanne Wilshire. None of the Wilshires are around here.
No. Susan, you know.
Susan.
Well, you know, you've got Brent Anton. He works for the water company. You see him come through.
He lives around here?
Yeah, he lives in Kaipa, but he's got land up here, so he's up and down the hill a lot. So.
How old is he?
What
do you think?
He's fairly young. He's younger than I am.
That's Joanne's...
He's probably in his late 50s.
Is that Joanne's
No, that's Llewellyn's.
I don't know Llewellyn.
Llewellyn had...
Who's Llewellyn?
She was, I think, one of the youngest sisters.
One of Joanne's sisters.
No, she was one of Joanne's
Joanne's
sisters.
sisters.
Yeah.
Blackie's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Susan Anton is the daughter of her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, probably. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I miss Joanne, you know, when I first came out here. She made it a business to come up and visit me up in the back hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she came a couple times. She bought a couple paintings for a little cafe over there. And she'd come quite a bit to visit me just on her own. She'd park right there and come up there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know when she died.
Yeah. She died short time after.
I saw the big memorial over outside the barrel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a lot of history here, huh, Ken?
Quite
Can you
a bit.
imagine an Indian boy from Trinidad who was a street artist in LA will plop his butt in a place like Oak Glen? I mean, there's Big Bear, there's Arrowhead, there's all the famous places. Oak Glen still remains a hidden secret,
It is.
right?
It is.
I mean, people come up here and they go, oh my God, I didn't know this place was here so close to LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's to get all this history from you, Ken, that is just unreal.
And I'll add to it. I'd like to actually I'd like to stay a little longer than that.